So earlier this week, Mainnet announced that the airdrop claim is 98% complete, which means that the airdrop and the mainnet is right around the corner. And Mainnet is going to be one of the biggest launches of 2025 as a brand new layer 1 blockchain. And with that, one of the biggest pre-sale opportunities of the year is actually happening on the Mainnet network, and this is Atlantis. Right now, the Atlantis IDO is currently underway, and in this video, I'll be going over why I believe Atlantis will be one of the biggest opportunities to invest in this year. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Empire. If you're new here, my name is Connor. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, Mainnet is one of the biggest launches of 2025 as a major scale project. It's a new layer 1 blockchain that is bringing parallel execution to the Ethereum virtual machine, 10,000 transactions per second. I have made a lot of Mainnet airdrop videos in the past. If you haven't watched those, I would recommend you do to get familiar with them. But with that, now we have some news on that Mainnet airdrop. It is 98% complete so far. This tweet was put out just a few days ago on October 8th. Now, also, yesterday on October 9th, Mainnet actually announced that the airdrop claim portal will be opening on Tuesday, October 14th. Now, I believe that this is actually a play on words, and they said the airdrop claim portal will be opening. That doesn't mean that you will be able to actually claim it on this day, October 14th. So that's an important distinction to make. And the reason why I say that is if you look at the poly market odds, the Mainnet airdrop by a specific date, it's been cratering to happen in October. Okay, so right now by October 31st, there's a 24% chance that you will be able to actually claim that airdrop. All of the money is being placed on you being able to claim the airdrop in November. All right, so yes, the claim portal is officially announced to be opening on October 14th, but keep in mind it is likely that the actual mainnet and the actual day that you can claim your airdrop if you're eligible for it will be released sometime in November, and that's according to the poly market odds. I really don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm going off of the numbers I'm seeing off poly market. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on now to the video and talk about Atlantis. I do want to mention that nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Also, when it comes to the Mainnet airdrop, we'll see if the Mainnet card will help you get the airdrop. I did receive a Mainnet card. I was one of the first 5,000 people to receive one. So that's great. But anyways, we'll see if that actually does qualify me for a part of this big Mainnet airdrop. But Mainnet is huge. The thing is, if you weren't investing into this, if you didn't have the opportunity to invest in Mainnet itself in the bear market in 2022, well, then the only way you can get tokens is the airdrop or to buy them on the open market. But there are projects launching on the Mainnet mainnet that are going to be extremely huge opportunities as well, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but I think Atlantis is going to be one of those projects that will be one of, if not the biggest projects to invest into on Mainnet. So I have covered Atlantis a bit in the past in my Mainnet airdrop videos, but if you're not familiar with what Atlantis is, it is an all-in-one DeFi hub on the Mainnet ecosystem, incorporating many different features, again, all in one. So I will go over those details in just one moment. For now, let's talk about the IDO that's happening. So the IDO actually started around 21 hours ago, but it started only for whitelist access wallets. So if you have been a part of the Atlantis community for the past few months, you would have had several opportunities to get yourself a whitelist spot for this IDO. And if you don't have one, don't worry, because after the first 24 hours, it actually opens up to the public. And like I said, already 21 hours has gone by. So in around 3 hours and 48 minutes, it is going to open up to the public. Now, just from the whitelist accessed people so far, there has been 326 different participants and 303,000 USDC has been raised out of the total of $855,000. Now, keep in mind, there is a limit per contributor, right? So the max you can contribute is 5,000 USDC. All right, so we have seen 326 people contribute that only have whitelist access, totaling $303,000 so far. Keep in mind, you can only contribute USDC on base. All right, so if you do plan on contributing, you will need USDC on base. The reason being is Mainnet is currently only on testnet. All right, so the funds will be converted, of course, to the Atlantis token when the Mainnet mainnet does go live. But to contribute in this IDO, if you do want to do so, of course, you do need USDC on base. I want to mention that and make it very clear. But with that being said, guys, do I think this will fill up? Do I think it will reach $855,000? I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. I do think there's a good chance it does fill up. There is extremely high demand for this project. I personally have never seen the level of organic traction for a project that I've seen with Atlantis. And I've been following this one from the very early days, from the start of 2025, when the Mainnet testnet first went live. And if you guys have been playing around on the Mainnet testnet, I'm sure you've already heard of Atlantis. Like I said, I think it is one of, if not the most popular application to actually use on the testnet so far. But this is what the IDO page does look like. Now, I'll show you. I have already contributed here. Right, I have deposited already 5,000 out of 5,000 USDC. And after you do make a contribution, you will get a referral link. So I will leave my referral link down in the description below. If you guys do want to use that link, it does help me directly and supports the channel directly. So I would be grateful. But of course, you can do whatever you would like to do. Now let's get into some details about this public IDO and as well as the tokenomics of Atlantis, so you actually know what is going on here. And then we'll get into the actual details of the Atlantis project itself. So like I said, you need an IDO Pass NFT. I'll show you real quick what that looks like. If you don't have an NFT or you don't know if you have one, if you go to the Atlantis application, I'll leave all relevant links in the description down below. But if you go up here to the top where it says more and click on Mint NFT, by the way, guys, almost 700,000 NFTs have been minted on testnet. That is insane, because in order to mint an NFT, you need to perform 20 swaps. So these metrics are just off the chart. Again, one of the most popular applications on the Mainnet testnet. But this is what the public IDO pass does actually look like, all right? And if you have this, you would have been able to contribute into the IDO already. If you don't have one, don't worry. It will open up to everyone, like I said, in around 3 hours and 40 minutes. By the time the video is out, it might already be open, all right? So definitely stay frosty, and it might fill up quickly. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, so non-pass holders will gain access 24 hours later. That is coming up very quickly. Now, the public round details, the public IDO details. So on the token generation event, you'll receive 25% of your tokens that you purchase, right? And then after that, you have to wait 30 days, and then your tokens will be released to you on a linear basis over a 3-month period. And 50% of the tokens will be in the TRI token, and 50% will be in the Atlantis ATL token. Now, what the TRI token is, it's essentially what you get when you stake the Atlantis token, and it's used for everything in the Atlantis ecosystem. The only tradable token will be the ATL Atlantis token. TRI is not tradable. You can only convert it to Atlantis. All right, so this is just put in place here to make it more fair, so that the pre-sale investors don't have, tons and tons of supply. These tokenomics were extremely well thought out to make it fair for everyone in the community, which is really what you like to see. So anyways, the price per token in this public IDO is 3 cents, or 0.03. To all my non-Americans out there that don't count in cents, that is 0.03 or 3 cents. And the initial market cap in this IDO is going to be $920,000. Now keep in mind, guys, like I said, the Mainnet mainnet has to go live first before the Atlantis token goes live. When the Mainnet mainnet goes live, as far as I understand, the Atlantis application will be live as soon as the mainnet goes live. So you'll be able to swap Mainnet for USDC. You'll be able to make all of your swaps. Again, this is a V4 DEX. It's going to have the quickest and best fees in the entire ecosystem. But this is a V4 DEX, so you will be able to use this as soon as the Mainnet mainnet goes live. The ATL token itself likely won't launch as soon as the Mainnet mainnet goes live, all right? It might be like a few days after. So that's called the token generation event, or TGE. And you're going to see that word TGE a lot if you look into, new projects like this. If you're not familiar with that term TGE, that's what it means. So keep that in mind. When the Mainnet mainnet goes live, it's not going to be like, oh, Atlantis is tradable, the ATL token is tradable right now. You will likely have like a little bit of a grace period to prepare for that token to actually launch for the token generation event. But anyways, In this public IDO, the price per token is 3 cents. I do believe the launch price of ATL is going to be 4.5 cents or 0.045, which means it's actually going to be 50% higher than the public IDO price happening right now. All right, so that means you already have a gain of 50% when the actual TGE event happens. And yeah, that's what happens when that's the risk you take of investing in a pre-sale like this. You get the tokens at a better price. You only do receive 25% of your tokens at the TGE. Then you have to wait a bit, but you're getting it at a 50% discount. All right, so keep that in mind. That's a little bit about how it actually does work. So in regards to the ATL token, I did talk about it briefly there in the tokenomics, but the ATL token is going to be the tradable token. The TRI token is actually going to be only convertible for Atlantis. You cannot trade the TRI token, and it's used to actually participate in the ecosystem. So Atlantis is an all-in-one hub. This IDO is happening on Stargate Atlantis, or the launchpad. And in the future, when a new project wants to launch through Atlantis, you will need to be a staker of TRI to participate in the launchpad. That's one benefit. Also, when you stake ATL, you will be rewarded in TRI, and then you will have to convert that TRI back into ATL if you do want to sell it. And this is the vesting options to convert your TRI into ATL, right? It's a bit of a game theory involved. So if you want your tokens instantly, 80% of it will be burned, or you can wait a full 45 days for the full conversion, or the options in between. Again, I'll leave the link to the docs down in the description below, but it's definitely important to understand that. Now, when it comes to the ATL tokenomics, there was the initial seed round, and then there was the private round. So 4% to the seed round, 3% to the private round. All right, and if you guys are in the Crypto Empire Mastermind, or if you were in it, say back in February of this year, you would have had the opportunity to invest into the private round. If you want to join that Mastermind, link is down in the description below. You should get in, join while you still can. But anyways, right now we're in the public IDO, so 2.85% of the tokens will be available in this public round. And then there will be 14.15% tokens to the treasury, 15% to the team. These are all vested, right? Again, look into this on your own, do your own research. This video is not financial advice at all. But there's going to be a 3-month lockup for the treasury, a 6-month lockup for the team. There will be an airdrop, right? If you guys have watched my airdrop guides, I did make my last one over here in September, in early September, showing you how to use all of the features on Atlantis, from swapping, minting NFTs, using DeFi, providing liquidity. If you guys did all of that, if you followed along my airdrop guide, you will be receiving an airdrop more likely than not. Also, liquidity, advisors, all of these tokens are locked up, right? So the advisor tokens, there's a 12-month lockup. Most of the supply is going towards staking and farming rewards, and then growth and marketing as well. So the thing is, guys, it's important to understand the total amount of tokens, of Atlantis tokens, is 1 billion. There's 1 billion tokens in total. Now, for the first 30 days, the max amount of tokens that will be in circulation or even tradable will be 31 million, which means for the first 30 days, this thing is going to be extremely scarce. To those of you who understand what I'm saying, well, you understand. To those of you who don't understand, well, I mean, I would just say just wait until this thing goes live, and then you will likely understand how scarce it is actually going to be for the first month that this one goes live, which is just one benefit of being able to, of investing in the IDO right now, right? You get your tokens at a very good price. And this is going to be a very, very scarce asset for at least the first 30 days of it going live. All right, so that is pretty cool stuff. Now, when it comes to the testnet activity, so you can trade Atlantis on testnet, and this is what the ATL token looks like on testnet right now. It is going absolute bananas with this public IDO. Right, the market cap, I mean, this is all testnet. It's not actually real funds. So it's important to understand that and make that distinction. But this just goes to show you the popularity of this token and the hype around this launch right now. There is a lot of excitement. I also recommend that you follow Atlantis on X or Twitter to keep up with all of the metrics and all of the announcements as well. You can see here on the Atlantis page that they will be doing spaces later on with Curvance and Magma staking. I mean, these projects are huge, right? Huge projects on Mainnet, and so is Atlantis. So, I mean, it just goes to show you how hard this team is actually working. And this is all, you know, right before the big launch. So very exciting times. Follow Atlantis on X or Twitter. Follow me at CSL Crypto on X or Twitter. Again, subscribe to the channel down below. I'll leave the link to my airdrop videos for Mainnet down in the description below. It's a little late now. I mean, I started making my airdrop videos like back in January, February of this year. It's now October. So that's why you guys have to be subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any of that and you actually, are prepared for this major airdrop. I think it's going to be one of the biggest ones of 2025. But yeah, guys, Atlantis right now, IDO is happening. It will be available to everyone in 3 hours and 35 minutes from now. Again, I'll leave my affiliate link down in the description below. If you do want to contribute, do your own research, make your own decision. This video is not financial advice, but I hope that you did enjoy it. So in this video, we went over the details surrounding the Mainnet airdrop as well as the Atlantis Public IDO sale that is happening right now. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button down below. Also, if you are new to Crypto Empire and you are not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead right now and smash the subscribe button and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But that's all from me today. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you in the next video.